Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Dr.VKR all about civil engineering. We are going to start a new series on sustainable construction materials. So as a part of this series, in today's part 1, we are going to discuss about what is meant by sustainability, why we need to study about the sustainable materials, what are its significance, what is the importance and uses of this various sustainable materials. These things we are going to discuss in today's session. So let's deep dive into the actual concept of sustainability. Before going to this one, I request everyone to like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Now let us move on to the sustainability content. So before going to this one, first we need to understand what is meant by sustainability. So just imagine if we are using all the available resources now itself, then what about our future generations? Sustainability plays an important role here. Sustainability is nothing but meeting the present generation needs without spoiling or without disturbing the sources much, so that our future generations will also have the materials for their needs also. That means without compromising future generations need and requirement, if we can utilize the sources present in the present generation, then this is termed as the sustainability in brief. In general, sustainability means wise uses of materials or effective utilization of the material, reduction in the waste generation, using the available resources including the waste material as the regular material. So these are the main focus of the sustainability. Now, in what ways the sustainability will be there? In general, the sustainability can be classified into three vertical domains. One is the environmental sustainability, second one is the economic sustainability, third one is the social sustainability. So here the main focus is environment. We need to protect our environment, we need to protect the ecosystems which we are having. So that comes under the environmental sustainability. Similarly, if I see the economic sustainability, economic means cost, amount, prices involving. So here we need to have the cost optimization also. When we compare the conventional materials, these sustainable materials will give the better life cycle cost. So at the long run, in the long run, the sustainable materials will have the lesser cost involved in from the production to the application to its service life also. Now I'm having the environmental sustainability, that is I'm not damaging any ecosystem, I'm having the life cycle cost. Then what about the social ecosystem or social sustainability? This is also one of the important parameters which we need to understand. So these three together will have the sustainability in a closure form. Okay, then why we are focusing on the sustainability majorly in the construction industry? If you observe the construction industry is one of the industry which utilizes maximum amount of the resources available, especially the natural resources. And the construction industry is one of the industry where it is producing more amount of waste also. And at the same time, the carbon emissions, it is one of the major focus in today's scenario. So the major thing, carbon emissions, is mainly from the construction industry. So because of these various factors, we need to focus on the improvement of the sustainability or inculcating the sustainability in the construction industry. So let's divide this one again into a number of things. So just assume how much of cement we are consuming in a day, or how much cement we are producing in a year throughout the globe. Approximately 4.1 billion tons of concrete cement is going to be produced in a year throughout the globe. And how much of sand we are using? Sand means it is the mining of natural ecosystems. River bodies we are exploring and we are getting the sand, and mining also involved. So the sand consumption also is going to be very, very huge in today's scenario. Now because of this one, if you observe the production of the cement, 1 ton of the production of the cement involves the releasing of the 0.56 to 0.61 ton of the carbon dioxide into the environment or atmosphere. That much amount of the emission we are having only for 1 ton. Then what about 4.1 billion tons in a year? How much of CO2 we are releasing? So because of this one, and how much of waste we are having because of all this construction activities going on. To address all these things only, we are having the concept of sustainability. So if we keep on allowing the utilization of the natural resources, then what about our next generations? Obviously, the degradation of the material is going to take place and environment is going to be polluted badly. So to avoid this one, we need to focus on sustainable materials. Now, what are the qualities of the sustainable materials? What properties or what quality we are looking in the sustainable materials? First one is, as we discussed till now, reduction in the pollution first. Second one is reuse and reuse of the used material, that is natural resources or any other material, and again utilization of the waste material available. If I do all these things, then we can control the pollution to the maximum extent in the construction industry. So another important aspect of the sustainable materials is, if we compare the life cycle cost of the conventional to this one, it is going to be more beneficial. Here the life cycle cost is nothing but from the point of its manufacturing to the utilization in the industry and it's at the end of its service life also. If I calculate how much of amount we are spending including the maintenance and repair, then we are going to get the final amount. This is known as life cycle cost. This is going to be much better when compared to the conventional materials. If you want to classify the sustainable materials, we can classify broadly into 5 categories. One is the industry based byproducts, that is the waste materials, and second one is the recycled material. Then we are having the natural and renewable materials, and we are having the waste materials from various points or various sectors. Then we are having the supplementary and cementitious material. So these are the 5 various categories. Now let us understand each category separate. So industry byproduct materials is nothing but few industries are going to have a waste byproducts. So if we use those byproducts, then we are going to have the utilization of these materials in the construction industry. The most popular things are fly ash. Fly ash is the byproduct of thermal power plant. So we can, because of its cementitious property, we can use in the construction. You can replace certain portion of the cement also. Even in no cement concrete, we are using fly ash only. Then we are having the ground granulated blast furnace slag. This is from the steel industries. Similarly, we are having the red mud from the aluminum industry, and we are having the other materials from the various industries which can be used again in the construction industry. So next one is the recycled material. So if you observe, we are constructing number of infrastructure projects like buildings, roadways, everything we are doing, bridges and dams, everything. After certain time, the lifetime is going to complete service life. Then we are going to demolish that one. So if we use the demolition waste properly, then we can have the circular economy also. So the demolition waste in the form of recycled aggregate, we can use the aggregate already used one, recycled aggregate. Then we are having the bricks also. If you crush the bricks already after demolition, then you can use that one also. Like this, we are having so much of waste that can be recycled and reused, which improves the circular economy of the country also. So next one is the natural materials. So if you observe few of the natural materials which can be used in the construction and they are going to be sustainable, like bamboo, timber, coir. If I see all these things, these are the natural materials and we can use that one, and these are biodegradable at the same time. So it is not causing environmental pollution also. So this will absorb the CO2 emissions also. So the usage of these things, the production of these materials are going to absorb the CO2 emissions, so that we are going to have the safer environment which is free from the pollution also. We are having next one as the supplementary cementitious material. So if you see some of the materials like metakaolin, so that is going to be one of the supplement, and this can be replaced or used in place of the cement. And we are having the natural pozzolanose. This also we can use in place of the cement. So like this, we are having few of the natural materials or supplementary materials which are cementitious in nature. By using this one, we can reduce the uses of the cement, then lead to the environment safety also. So the last one is alternative and waste materials. So if you see the alternative materials, we can use the geopolymer concrete. It is one of the alternative, and we can use the waste plastic also, because it takes a lot of time for the waste to plastic to biodegrade. So that also we can use. And if most of the times we are using the tires for our vehicles, it is having certain service life. After that service life, we can use that shredded rubber and the steel wires which are present in the tiles also in the construction. So like this we can use these things also in the construction, which leads to the sustainability. Now we will understand what is the significance of this sustainable materials. Basically we are consuming more amount of the natural resources. So by conserving the more amount of natural resources, we are depleting the resources available for our future generations also. So to avoid these things, these sustainable materials will preserve the natural resources for our future generations, which leads to the environment and eco-friendly structures also. So another aspect is reduction of the environmental pollution. If you see the today's conventional materials which we are using, so they are causing the air pollution, water pollution, land degradation, everything we are spoiling. So by utilization of these sustainable materials, we can reduce the air pollution by not releasing the CO2 into the environment, and we can improve the land quality also, so that we are going to have the more quality soil available for the future generations also. Energy efficient and carbon reduction or production. So by using this one, the material is going to be releasing the less carbon footprint into the atmosphere, and we are having the energy efficient structures also because of utilization of these things, and we are not spending our energy available for the processing of the natural material, so that we are going to have the energy efficient and reduction in the carbon footprint also. So this is another part of the sustainability. Now let us move on to the next one. Aspect is improved durability and the lifespan also. So if we use the alternative materials, so that they can increase the strength of the concrete, they can reduce the permeability, they can control the cracks, and they can induce the other required properties for the materials. So in this way we can improve the properties of the material, and at the same time the utilization of the sustainable materials will lead to the effective lifespan also. So they are going to increase the service life by doing the lesser maintenance is required, minor repairs are required, so that we can have the longer service life to the structures also. So when the minor repairs are there and in the long term no much repair work is not required, maintenance is not required, then obviously it is going to be economical for us. So which leads to the savings of huge amount of money which we are spending presently on the maintenance and repair works only. So this can be saved a lot because of utilization of these sustainable materials. What are the roles of various stakeholders like engineers, students, everyone? So now let us understand from the engineer point of view. As an engineer, we need to select the materials wisely, and we have to design optimally. We should not over design any member. If I keep on over designing the members by considering the factor of safety more and all these things, and we are having the higher cross section of the structural elements, which leads to the utilization of the more natural material. So by doing the optimal design, we can reduce the consumption of the natural resources, and we need to incorporate the sustainable materials from time to time based on the availability and their importance. So this is the role of the engineers. Now let us think about from the student point of view. As a student, what we can do? So as a student, we need to think beyond the textbooks, beyond the classroom, and you need to have the habit of inculcating this sustainability in you from the first day of your BTech graduation. So slowly we need to move towards the sustainable environment and sustainable construction. So the role of the student is very critical in understanding these things. Before going to the alternative materials, one should understand their behavior clearly. Without understanding the behavior, we can't use any material for the construction purpose. So as a student, we must be keen on behavior of the material and how it is going to benefit to the society also. These are the roles of the students. Now another stakeholder is industry. What industry can do? So industry should always focus on the innovation. So here the innovative materials industry should encourage, then only we can have this sustainability there. And the usage of the waste has to be reduced, and byproducts of the industry where we are treating them as the waste, that waste, unnecessary waste which can't be reused, must be reduced. So like this, the industry can play an important role in the sustainable materials, either promoting or utilization and giving the importance to construction aspects also. So to conclude this one, sustainability is the foundation of construction. Everyone should remember this one. Once we are doing any construction, sustainability should be there in that construction. That is major thing. And because of this sustainability, we are having so many advantages like we discussed till now. That is, emission of the carbon going to be released, carbon footprint reduction is going to be there, more life cycle cost analysis is going to be better, and utilization of the or reuse of the already existing material is going to be there. So the land degradation can be controlled, which leads to the proper growth in all sectors. If construction sector is reducing the waste material production and using the already available waste materials, then it leads to the circular economy also. In this way, we can have the safe environment around us, which is very, very important. So this is the first video in the sustainable material series. In the next video, we are going to have the discussion about one particular material. So like this, we are having number of sessions on each and every material, and we will discuss in detail about each and every sustainable material. And I request everyone to like, share and subscribe our channel, and I request everyone to promote the sustainability in and around you, whatever the possible way you can, and you just promote the sustainability for the better environment and for our better future also. Have a good day. We will meet you with the next session. Thank you all.